Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Geekin Out. I'm yours truly, the Nate Bison, here for another. We're back. We're back with the spoiler review of episode 5 because Disney hit us with a freaking copyright block. Not a violation yet. It was a block. So pretty much when Disney picked up on some of the copyright material, they were like, okay, let's block it from being used as of right now. As of right now, the video or the stream, the prior stream is not being, because in the email told me once the stream is over, it's going to be blocked. But what I think is going to happen is they're probably going to block it later, but I'll probably contest it or remove the certain part that they feel that it's being copyright. I feel like it's fair use. We're talking about it, we're reviewing it. Shouldn't be an issue, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Anyway, V, how you been?
Pretty good. It's been a while since we talked to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, thanks for everyone that's coming back to join us back again. You know, we want to kind of just really wrap up, like, just my thoughts and everything else that's happening in it. Just the episode 6, right? No, 5.
Yeah, episode 5. Yeah, I want to wrap things up with V because V wanted to share his thoughts on it. So before we do our 6 p.m. Eastern stream later, because we won't be able to talk too much about it. And also we won't be showing too much because just in case Disney's like coming at us again, trying to get rid of the episode 5 and stuff. So, oh, V, your that audio thing is happening.
Oh, sorry. I think my phone is a little bit too close. Thanks for letting me know.
Okay. So, we were just talking earlier. There were some writing issues with it that really didn't set right for me. For example, the whole thing with, like you were explaining, the stormtroopers. Like, they still can't shoot for crap.
No, there's literally a scene where the only person that you see like get shot first from the rebel side or whatever is like a stormtrooper just like 2 feet away, and you just blast them right in the chest.
Yep.
And I'm like, bro, there's so many of you shooting into this one little cove of people that have zero like cover at all. There's one person with like an oven shield that looks like, or a boiler shield that doesn't, I don't know what it is, but definitely doesn't look like it should be killing. They should be killing everybody within that first barrage of bullets. Like, I know Obi-Wan's reflecting a few of them back, but come on, you can't get all of those. So it was very weird. I mean, it's a classic Star Wars trope, but I feel like they should have fixed it by this point.
Well, yeah, exactly. At this point, there was a moment there that I felt that, okay, I know plot armor is a big thing in this show, but you can't give plot armor to all these freaking civilians. Yeah, I mean, they were there fighting to protect their families, right? So, you're putting the sacrifice in there. I mean, we had to see a few of these civilians getting wrecked. But they didn't. There was like 1 or 2, from what I remember, or 3 of them dying out of the bunch that were there getting shot up. You can toss it up that Kenobi was blocking all the shots because he's that defensive. Like, he's on that power and defense. But this is Kenobi not at his prime yet either. So he shouldn't be able to block every damn shot because he hasn't been practicing. So
yeah, at least in Book of Boba, they had cover that they were shooting out of, and they were getting flanked from everything. Yeah, so at least that makes more sense. Like, all right, I can give some leeway there. But like the thing is like Tala had a grenade the whole time. I'm like, bro, they're in a tight corridor. Why wouldn't you throw that when you're about to make your escape?
Yep.
Like, you know, like they're coming at you. It's like your perfect time to do it. And I don't know.
Yep.
But she gets shot, and then the robot was her lover. I don't know. Did you get that feeling? Like the robot came over, is like, I know we're not human and robots, but we can maybe in another universe.
I didn't get that.
No.
I think I would have preferred if we saw a little bit more of interaction between her and the robot to show that they had that kind of friendship. But honestly, the robot was just trying to pick her up and then just gets wrecked at that point.
I guess. Yeah. It was cool seeing him like do robot things though, like a rocket punch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The rocket punch was cool. Also, again, this was hilarious though. I love this. Braden sending me this a while back.
I live, bitch. Honestly, he's become my favorite character for whatever reason. Like just to him, just these 2 scenes that he's in is like, yep, yeah, that's good.
Oh damn, that was my. Out of this whole entire show, what we experienced, Grand Inquisitor right now is my favorite character. Yeah. Like Hot Toys better make him, okay? Hot Toys. Now I want a Grand Inquisitor. I don't care anymore. Like he came in all freaking suave and freaking like, yeah, that's what you get for stabbing me in the second episode, huh, Reba? How's that feeling? How you feeling now, Reba? Huh?
Oh man, I loved it, dude. It's so good. Yep. So yeah, that was like actually a real highlight. The Force Awakens.
Oilers, this is the spoiler stream. Get the hell out of the chat, Oilers.
No, he's joking. I don't want you. He's joking. Yeah,
I'm about to say Oilers because this is a spoiler stream. Oh my god, because I'm like, I get mad when I post. It's a spoiler, literally in the freaking the thumbnail spoilers, and people come in like, is it a spoiler stream? Of course it is.
It's like, no, man, we're just talking just the point, everything that happens in the show. Don't worry about it. So the other thing I was talking to you about is the box full of lightsabers.
You know what? Let me go back there.
Yeah.
I don't think Disney's gonna hit us with just showing a picture.
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Let me go back to the box of lightsabers. What you were saying about these box of lightsabers, Ben?
I feel like that's just Grievous's wet dream right there. Like he's just looking like Grievous somewhere in the Force is feeling. He's like, I feel a collection of lightsabers. They're bundled together. He's like, oh yeah.
Oh my god. I could see that so bad, man. Oh my god. Let me see. I'm trying to find the box of lightsabers. Let me see. Where was these box of lightsabers you speak of? Let me see. I think I found it
more in the beginning.
I think I found it because that's when he picked up the
robe, I guess.
The robe, right?
Which is weird. I don't understand that. Why he put on another robe. Well, he's like, I need a costume change, or they won't recognize me with like just a light robe.
Well, the thing is, you gotta sell toys, right? You gotta sell toys.
Yeah. It was just like so weird. It's just like it's not even completely changing his outfit. He just put something additional over, like he was like a cold like auntie, like during the fall or something. He's like, oh, let me put the shawl on.
Kenobi recognized the lightsaber. And a robe from a dead Jedi.
Were they dead or they? I thought it was just they gave it up. They left it there to go live a new life.
No, I think those were. I think that meant that they died defending the underground Jedi Railroad that was happening here. Yeah.
Oh, the way I thought it was just like, hey, because the underworld, that's the station where they go to find a new life. I thought that's where they just store. They're like, hey, just leave it here. And you could start your new life as a new person.
Really? That's what you got?
Yeah, because they didn't say like, hey, these are dead Jedis or anything. Like I understand like these are Jedi materials, but like the whole purpose of that underground railroad is for them to start a new life. And so they go to the station to like, hey, to get their information or new passports or wherever they're going to get. And then they send them off to a new planet somewhere where the Empire won't find them.
There they are.
The
box of lightsabers.
Yeah. Grievous collecting intensifies.
Bruh. This was funny. Real talk. That was funny. Yeah, I do agree. This was hilarious.
Does anyone recognize any of them?
Okay, so Starkiller agrees with you too. I thought they were just Jedis that gave their lives to save this Jedi Underground Railroad.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right.
In space. That's what I thought anyway. But that could be another one. I didn't even think about that. Jedis that gave up their lightsabers for to go into hiding. Okay.
Yeah.
And their robes. Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, this is the first time we're seeing lightsabers not bared in Tatooine. So
well, Star Wars universe. At least it's better. Like V just said, at least it's better than Obi Wan. What is Disney's fixation of burying lightsabers. Bury the past.
In Tatooine, though, too. Like, just in Tatooine. Not, like, just across the planet. They're just like, hey, got a perfect place. Let's go to Tatooine. We're burying it right there.
Boom.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's just everybody buries their lightsaber. They're like, all right, cool, I guess. Dope.
Tatooine's the place to be because I think that's the perfect place to hide things because Vader won't go there.
Yeah. The sand is too coarse. I can't do this.
Yeah, like Vader will send his Inquisitors. Oh wait, where are we going next? Inquisitor gang. We're going to Tatooine. Trying to find a Jedi there. Oh, send Reva with you. Send Reva with you. Okay.
You guys got it. I don't need to deal with any of that.
Not me. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my lava planet.
Yep.
There's no sand.
There's no sand. Yeah.
Just hot.
Just hot sand. Hot gravel.
Just hot gravel.
Oh damn. Let me see. Brayden, I can't still watch the first half of the stream even though it was copyrighted. So Disney stopped the stream and allowed it to be uploaded. What are they doing? So what's going to happen is they're either going to cut out the video from being watched until I remove the copyright stuff, or because it was showing a little bit too much of the episode that they're going to let it slide, but they want to cut off cut off the scenes because it's like too on the nose with copyright, I guess. But at this point, it's the copyright system on YouTube is trash. Okay. Because we are discussing the episode. We're not literally showing the full on show. We're discussing it. We're talking about it within the means of, fair use. But somebody that's sometimes it's a mistake from the computer because they pick up certain noises, picking up certain songs or videos or certain dialogues that are being picked up. And they're like, okay, no, copyright strike. And then sometimes they retract that because it was because of the computer. But we'll see what happens. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that video. Maybe the video is going to still stay. But we'll see. We'll see in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. So that was I like that the box of lightsabers and discarded. I know some people you'll see like new rock stars, somebody like decode the whole wall of Jedi there. So I want to know who was there and if anyone recognized any of those lightsabers of who was through there. So because hopefully they'll follow up on it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. What was the other thing?
Well, obviously, single star. How come Star Wars 3 can show the clips, but Geeking Out can't? I don't know. Maybe they got mad. We're talking about Reva too much.
They might, yeah, maybe he has a better connection with like Disney or something,
or YouTube,
or YouTube. Yeah, they probably have like someone connection there.
Yeah. At this point, I'm like, we didn't show anything as far as like getting us copyrighted or getting blocked. Because we were talking fair use, we were pretty much we're not even showing the full on show. We're showing clips of certain moments, that we had to discuss. But hey, did you like the flashbacks?
I love the flashbacks. I thought those were the highlights. I think that's what everyone was kind of waiting for, was to see where Hayden Christensen was going to come back at. I felt like he looked great. I was really impressed by his lightsaber choreography. I think that was really the nostalgic, was just seeing him like so fluidly move the lightsaber, just like he did in the prequels. I'm like, man, he still really got it.
He still really got it. Even Kenobi, even Ewan McGregor still got some moves.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. Do you think the final battle is going to be this epic? Because I feel that's the reason why Disney wants to put this up in theaters.
I mean, I don't know.
Because after what we watched so far, nothing has shown me that we need to see this in theaters. Nothing.
No.
Maybe seeing Vader just bring down the freaking transport ship, then maybe. Yeah. Nah. Well, maybe that and Vader moon dancing with Reva, maybe. Like Vader was like, woo. Well,
yeah,
woo, woo. Bruce Lee that whole thing.
Yeah. It really was like in Kill Bill where like the old master has his hand behind his back and it's like, try to hit me. Just try it.
Just try
it. I do love that. Oh man, that was really good. I just love seeing Vader's power scale because like you never got a sense of how powerful Vader was. Like, I mean, you did, but like you know he's imposing, but like remember when we saw in Rogue One just him walking down that hallway, how crazy of a scene that was, like seeing him actually like tear through people. Yeah, you don't see that in the OG trilogy. Like you don't see him tearing through people. You see him like, coming in and after the battle's done.
That's one of the things why I really like what Disney's doing. One of the things, other than them wrecking the lore a few times, but the technology they're able to put in to show us, the comic book and novel lore of Vader, the way he's moving, certain characters, the way they move. Like we never seen Vader, onslaught like we do now,
Yeah.
And I get it, technology and the act and the performances back then, with weren't as on the level of prequels. You know what I mean? The prequels, right. Man, the other thing though, I do wish though that Disney would put more money into like the performances as far as like the action's concerned, like the prequels, right. Like the sword fighting and whatnot. Like the sequel trilogy was like compared to the prequel trilogy, the sequel trilogy had like some of the worst sword fighting in the history of ever compared to even like at least the old team had heart with their swordsmanship. They had heart in it.
Yeah.
And and the prequels were more flashy, but sequel trilogy, like, okay, you know what? Let's stop talking about sequel trilogy because I don't want Disney to come back like, oh, okay, copyright ban again. Ban him. He's talking bad about.
He doesn't like our stuff. This son of a gun.
Yeah.
No, but you're right though, because like the thing is like the sequel trilogy, they used heavier lightsabers, so they were super heavy to hold. Like they actually had a lot of weight to it. So when they swung it, it was like they're throwing their whole body into it. While in the prequel trilogy, they were just, they were actually lightsabers. They're very light and you could move it around like you had like if you were a kid with a stick. So that was the huge difference between the two, why they can do more.
Mm-hmm. So Sean Smith is saying, Nate, think that was the plan. Darth Vader, Viva, open. Yeah. Vader explained it. Vader and the Grand Inquisitor. Vader showing his boy coming in, like, my boy, look at him, he's still alive, and explaining the whole plan to Reva all along. Like you thought you were tough shit, weren't you? You thought that you were part of the gang, right? You thought you were going to become the Grand Inquisitor. But you were a youngling, all right? You should have been dead long ago. The only reason why I let you play around for as long as you did was because I needed you to bring out Kenobi. And you did. Thank you for that. But since I know you're trying to kill me this whole time, like Vader explained it, like, I knew you were going to do this. You literally talk about it in your mind all the time. Like, you're not the only one that can do mind tricks here or read minds here. I could do it too. I've been reading your minds since you started. I knew you were going to try and kill me. So, and that's another reason why I'm like, why did Vader allow her to live at this point? That once Vader at this thing though, I don't want to continue talking about Reva because if we continue talking about Reva, then maybe this is gonna come at us again. Like, no, bad.
Yep. Get out of here. Yeah, I mean, the whole Reva turn was like the surprise of like, hey, she's actually a good guy.
Yep.
Well, anti-hero, I'd say. She's more of an anti-hero because she does like chop off that old lady's hand for no reason for speaking up in episode 1.
Yep.
But I do like the fact thinking like the Grand Inquisitor was just hiding the whole time in Vader's ship, just waiting, just to be like, when is my moment? When am I going to show up?
Hey, El Professor, yay! Our stream went dark for a minute last week for showing clips from the episode a bit too much. Oh, okay, so, and he also explained it here. It wasn't taken down, it's still up. Okay, so they just blocked it. That's what they did. So if that's anything similar to that situation, the stream is still up. It won't be blocked. So I think we're good. We are good. So they just blocked it because they were showing too much of the show. That's what happened.
All right, makes sense.
Yeah. So glad you guys are back. Well, I wanted to get V in again because V wanted to explain his points in the episode. I already did my points. I already told you guys it was 7.5. But V, continue.
Yeah, so I feel like I just like to think like the Grand Inquisitor. I forget what's his actual name. That guy, Egghead.
Eggy, if we just go on Grandy.
Grand.
Grand. We go to Grand. Yeah.
Inquisitor Humpty Dumpty.
Yep.
Yeah, he was just hiding in Vader's ship the whole time, just waiting for his time to come out. Just like, I don't know, knowing not what to do. He's like, "What's up, guys? Just waiting here. Waiting for my moment.
Yeah, exactly. I think Vader planned that. Like, yo, bro, come in right before I kill her. Okay. Right before, right? And then, then the Grand is like, what if? No. I bet this was the plan too. Like Vader didn't even think about this. It was Grand. Give her my Grand Inquisitor pendant, okay? And then I grab it from her after. Vader's like, I like that. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
This is why we're friends. This is why we are friends. Okay, this is why we make things happen here. We can make it work. It's a good synergy. I like this corporate space.
I can imagine Vader and Grant having that conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you want to do that? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Like, it was...
High five.
Yep, high five. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Oh, man, that's funny. That's good.
Yeah. The Leia thing was kind of weird, though. It was just, like, something for her to do. Like, I didn't... because the thing is, it's like, how did she know how to repair? I guess was she being talked to how to repair it, or like, hey, it's this or that, or she just kind of did it?
She was told what she needed to do to fix. But to me, we have not shown her throughout the entire show. They're telling her what to do, but I'm here like she hasn't shown any skills in fixing machines. Now I get it if it was Luke in that situation, because Luke has been growing up fixing machines like his father throughout his years in Tatooine. So Luke, I can believe that he could have pulled that off. But Leia, though, there was no basis for Leia to be able to fix that. Now, if she had Lola with her, that was a different story. But the thing is, they need to tell that story. The reason why Leia was there in the first place inside that vent was to remove the I forgot the name of the
droid.
The droid. The piece that the tracker on Lola that turned her into a damn Imperial. She removed it, and then that's when they were able to fix the whole door situation. I felt that was unneeded, really. I was like, why is Leia still here? Like, I don't get me wrong, I enjoyed I've enjoyed her so far. I enjoyed her acting, the actress. I enjoyed the story she's been part of, but I felt that she's now becoming kind of like a side quest in certain situation of the story, and I felt that why did we need her more? She should have left in episode 3 and called it a day, and then episode 4 should not have been another side quest to save her. It should have been a training session for Obi-Wan to get his powers back, a Rocky freaking montage moment.
Yeah, you're right. It should I think I told you this before. It's like Leia is the Grogu of this series. Like, they're just making her like this small, sassy, cute girl that for all other girls to look up to, be like, oh yeah, she's so adorable, and like you can be like baby Leia or whatever. There's so much they could have done. Like take an example for the scene where she's repairing. You could have Sheo Jackson or anyone else like trying to walk her through of what she's trying to look for. I think they hinted at what she was supposed to be doing, but it still doesn't make sense because they cut too much and making it feel like she just already knows. Like she's like a Mary Sue of like she already knows what she's doing. Yeah. Like, it's cool to have confidence, absolutely, but to like already understand the electricians of how to open like a complex door where Sheo Jackson can't even do it on his own, and he runs the whole base himself. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
So Sean Donnelly says, I thought Leia fixed Lola in the first episode. Anakin had a natural way of fixing things. Fixing Lola and then fixing a freaking door.
It's a big jump. That's like saying, you know,
like I get it for Luke because Luke is fixing everything with Owen Lars. You know, like
yeah.
What Leia's doing. Okay, I'm fixing Lola whenever I need to, and then going on throughout Alderaan, climbing up trees. Okay, I see that she's able to climb stuff because she climbed a tree. She could climb that ladder, get into that vent. That should be nothing for her.
She's sassy, you know. That's a character. Yeah, of course that's her. But like fixing things is not one of the like the thing is, it's like would have been better if she just goes in, doesn't know what she does, and then she fixed Lola and Lola refixes it.
That's right. Kenobi did fix Lola in episode 2, the beginning. So that's right. Oh, okay, thank you, Star Killer. Let me see. I gotta go back to episode 1 because that I do remember that though. Kenobi fixing Lola. Yeah.
Because it gets crushed or whatever, and like, all right here.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a well. The thing is, it's like it's not even that big of a plot point. It's like they just needed something to keep them there. So, but just for her to do it, it just shows like the weakness in the writing. Like I said, like this whole episode was just an and then things just start happening. Like it's like and this that happens, and then Obi-Wan gets a call from here, and then this happens from that. It just shows like the weakness, and it's like it like as much as like I'm trying to enjoy the show, having that poor writing with these cool moments is overshadowing what the moments are. Because the thing is, it's like kind of like those things where in the prequels, there's very bad poor writing in the prequels, right? Like the lines are bad and all that stuff, but you have very cool moments to show.
Well, most of the bad writing was mostly just the dialogue, anyway.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like the dialogue's bad, but in this one, it's like
really bad. Yeah.
In this one, it's just the planning and action is bad because the acting is really good because they're trying to. Ian McGregor is doing the best he can with what he's given. He's like, hey, you got to do this. And he's like, all right, I'll do the best I can. So I thought that was the other thing. And then like just the shootout between the stormtroopers was just terrible.
Yeah. My God.
It's just so bad. It like, I get it's an action scene. They're trying to like make it hype and bring the tension, but it's just like when it's just so stupid and so cliche, it sucks. It's not great. There's no barrier, right? There's nothing to cover on. It's an open, both sides are open and they have a ton of of Imperial troopers there. They could have just taken that cannon and just shot it right into the middle of it, right? They didn't need all the troopers to shoot. Like, why even bother with all that? They were going to kill them anyways. Who cared? Like, it wasn't Reva like showing that it's like, hey, I'm trying to save all these people or doing whatever.
Here's another thing too. I swear to God, I mean, like, I swear to God, I'll be so mad if they give us another redemption arc going here because I'm like, okay, there's no time for another redemption arc. If Reva becomes another hero, I'm here like, wait a minute, you're making her a hero last minute at this point. Like, why would you do that? I mean, I'll be so pissed. I mean, like, what would be the point? Because remember, they said they're going to do a second show now. Are they going to do a prequel show of her becoming? Because here's the thing. I'll be okay if they give us a second show with Reva if there's a redemption show with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Redemption
like
show
for trials through her.
Yeah. But if they last minute do a redemption arc for her last minute in the next episode, I'm going to be pissed. Because I'll be like, there was no time for redemption arc for her. She literally killed so many people in this show. And you mean to tell me she's going to have a redemption? It doesn't happen that fast for characters that are full into the dark side. It took Vader 40 freaking years to come back to Anakin Skywalker. 40 years. 40 freaking years. After everything he did, he finally came back. You know what I mean? 40 years. And you told me Reva is going to do that half the time, I'd be like, whatever. But I'll be pissed.
No, I feel you because it's done. There's no point. You know why? Because there's no point to give her redemption. Like, she had a task and she failed at it and she should have died. She should have died there. And the final episode should be about Obi-Wan.
The reason why I'm saying that the reason why I'm saying about redemption arc, because why would she be alive now? There's probably going to be a redemption arc. There's probably going to be a redemption arc. if they do that. I'll be pissed. I'll be a little pissed if that happens, because I'm like, why to keep her alive? Like you were saying, why to keep her alive, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping if they do keep her alive, it's a redemption arc for her new show. You know?
I mean, yeah. I mean, write her off or whatever and do something else with it. But like for the final episode, it should just be about Obi-Wan and Anakin. Like that's it. That should be it. Like that's the whole thing. It's like because you had the clear buildup of just the tension between the two characters. So that's what the final episode should be. Like nothing else. No Leia, no Luke, just Obi-Wan and Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Just those two, and just the duality of the two.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so there was a last super chat that happened in the prior stream, but because Disney hit us, I can't look at it. And now because it's processing as a video, I can't look at the chat until the stream finishes processing, and then the chat shows up again. Whoever super chatted that last $2 on the last stream, just re-comment. You don't have to do a super chat again. Just re-comment your question.
Right.
Yeah. So because we still got a few minutes before. So Sean Donnelly, we just said it. Starkler just said it that it was Kenobi who fixed Lola, not Leia. So Leia right now doesn't show me that she was able to fix that door. You see what I'm saying? So there was no proof that she was able to fix that door. I feel that they at this point they're trying to throw anything that possibly can for Leia to do something. At this point, she should have left in episode 3.
Yeah,
that should have been perfect.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, she didn't need to be kidnapped. She could have been like, "Hey, she's gone." Right? It's like, "Hey, I got on her ship to Alderaan," and she's gone, and now Obi-Wan is left at this rebel base, trying to figure out what to do next or where to go after this. Like, you had a lot. Like, even you can have a connection with Tala. Like, Tala is like an Imperial trooper or commander or whatever. I forget her ranking is.
Mm-hmm.
And they go from there, and you can explore that a little bit background. Like, you have a little backstory when she's talking about Reva to her. It's like, hey, I was a spy and all that stuff. And what they're doing is bad, but you could have went more into that instead of giving us more Leia. But I like I said, she's just the baby Grogu. Like, she's the baby Yoda of the show, so they're going to keep her in until the show ends.
Nate, it took 21 years Darth Vader to come back. Oh, no, you're right, though. No, it didn't take 40. It took 30 years, because 30 years from Revenge of the Sith to Return of the Jedi. That's how long the Empire lasted. 30 years from Revenge of the Sith to Return of the Jedi. So it was 30 years, not 40 years. But still, 30 years to come back.
It's a long time, dude.
30 years to come back from the dark side. Okay.
Yeah.
Even Asajj Ventress, even though she was playing, became a pretty much an anti-hero, still struggled from her dark side practices to become a more patient and more what's the word for a more logical individual, and then just being pushed to the brink with her dark side influences. Because you get emotional, you start thinking for yourself and not for others, and that's pretty much what happens. Exactly what happened to Padme. Anakin just didn't even know what he was doing. Like, that was Darth Vader, like grabbing Padme and just pretty much killing her. Yeah. So dark side does terrible things, man. Like, it just turns you pretty much the opposite person that who you are. You're pretty much or if you're already a dark person, you just become even darker at that point.
Yeah, especially with his power level of like, hey, everything he said and done has come true. It's like, hey, he was right the whole time, and they stifled his power. Like, that's his mindset. It's just like, I just wanted her to live, and all he wanted was just to live a happy life with Padme and a seat at the council.
Yep.
Just a voice to talk, and no one wanted to listen to him.
Yep. But I did like the moments in the flashback. I really like I felt a lot more brotherly love between the both of them compared to the prequels.
Yeah.
Like I could see the whole you were my brother, Anakin, and I loved you. I could see that between the both of them in that flashback. You know?
Yeah, that was the one thing I always wanted more of the prequels is like, because like when you go into Revenge of the Sith, they're already like kind of like, you know, they talk about like their other adventures, and I'm like, man, I kind of really want to see that. Like I really want to see those adventures, and I know we probably got those in Clone Wars, but I want to see them. You know what I mean? Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor doing it, and you're right. Those scenes that we got in this episode are by far the greatest I feel like in the whole series so far.
Mm-hmm.
Just them interacting was a very cool treat, and to see you got more of the inclination of like, hey, how much more he was inclined to the dark side and into his anger of his aggressions than he was. It felt like that he was in his prequels. You really see the growth of an actor that Hayden Christensen is. You know what I mean? Like if you compare his first run as Anakin in Attack of the Clones to this one, like he really nailed it. Like he nailed the role. Like he got it, he understood it, and he gave the subtleties that was somewhat missing in the original Attack of the Clones. So I really liked how he came around, and just, you know, it's a redemption for Hayden Christensen because he got a lot of flack for the first time around, and this one, you know, he's getting a good run on it. So it's good to hear him.
Yeah, I really like that second chance. A lot of people were looking forward to that second chance with Hayden Christensen pulling, you know, his acting chops for Anakin Skywalker, and we saw it. Like, look at that. Yeah. Like it felt natural. You know? Yes,
perfect. That's
very natural.
Yes,
with his acting, like it felt very. What's the word for it? It felt very all over the place with George when he did the prequels with Hayden Christensen, and I can tell that Hayden, like, he wanted to do things, but he was like being held back to make any, you know, acting decisions that George didn't want him to do. And Kenobi, you know, at least, you know, Ewan McGregor and Natalie Portman, they stole the show with their acting. But unfortunately, Hayden Christensen, he was conflicted, and he explained it, you know, in his future interviews that trying to do what George wanted me to do, and then trying to do what I wanted to do was a very, and which, you know, it sort of makes sense, but then there's a give and take in these situations. George was not giving as much. He was always taking.
Yeah, George isn't. He's not an actor director, right? He's a visual director. Like he understands what the scene is supposed to be about, and he's like, hey, these are the lines, you just got to say it, type of director. And he's not like, hey, you know, you got to pull from this point or that point or whatever. He's more of just like, hey, this is kind of the thing. You can go back and look at interviews of Ewan McGregor and all that stuff, and like when he was giving off like baby Luke, like it's kind of like a funny thing. He's like, hey, because he had his mates over on the set when he was doing it. He's like, hey, come over. This iconic scene where I give Luke to, you know, Uncle Owen. He's just like, it's like George is like, all right, I want you to sit on this green box and we're gonna rock it, and you just hand it over and then you just walk away. And that was the scene. Yeah, like it's not like an emotionally drawing scene. Like, you know, Deborah Chow, you know, realized this and, you know, and brought what you know, everything from what the Clone Wars provided to what, you know, how the OG trilogy is and in the prequels to this moment to show like, hey, we're going back. This is how the mindset should be. So it was really cool to see that.
I know Star Wars Universe is getting angry the way we're talking about prequels. I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, prequels are rewatchable for me. Single star. Yeah, I can rewatch the sequel trilogy.
Yeah,
at least with the
absolutely.
Prequels, I can enjoy it and love the heart that went into the show, even if the dialogue wasn't that great. The story and the heart was there. With the sequel trilogy, I was like, nah, there was no heart. Force Awakens had the heart, but then after that, all downhill from here. You know,
it did, and it was. And I think that the Force Awakens is only rewatchable because of Harrison Ford, for me. Like I feel like that he's the only reason I would really, really rewatch it because his scenes are just dynamite, every single one of them.
Yep.
He's like, even with like the moment where he has Chewie with a gun, he's like, I really like this gun. Like, it's just hilarious. But every other one of those is like, it's just a chore to watch through because I don't care. Like, I just don't care. Like the prequels I care about because these are characters, they're great, action's good, the characters are way better. There's an overarching storyline that makes sense in the prequels. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense of what's happening. With the sequels, they're like, whatever, who cares?
Here's the thing, though. Like, when I look at the prequels, I could see the love that George put in. You know? I could see the heart and love he put in. Even though the writing wasn't that great, especially with the dialogue, you can see there's a lot of love into it. And there's a lot of science behind it. You saw a lot of the art he put into the mastery of the Force when it comes to lightsaber combat. I'm like, damn. Like, you don't see that anymore with Star Wars, with the lightsaber combat. You don't.
No.
You don't. No. Like, Disney doesn't put that much love into the lightsaber combat anymore. You saw what happened with the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
You know? There's no love with that. And I'm hoping that in the future shows, hopefully with Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, they can bring back the lightsaber combat again. You know what I mean? Like the way it was from the prequels.
I'm hoping Ahsoka will do that. With Dave Filoni being the head on that one, he will recognize that and give that fluidity back to it.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that prequels don't get a lot of credit for with George is that he gave a universe that works. Like he understood like the political, like I really enjoyed the political side that he was providing. Like, hey, this is just, it's just like, you know, I think it's like the small things. Like I know a lot of people are like, why are we talking about trade routes? This was a C-SPAN of Star Wars. And I'm like, yeah, but this is the whole thing of what they're in. This is the universe that you're in. It's not just, it's not just like, hey, we're in grimy situations and different space battles and dogfights. It's like, no, things have an ebb and flow to them. And, you know, the reason that they're fighting is because of this. And he had like a statement to it, to what he said. It was like basically the idea of that came back from the Vietnam War and all that. Even though we were in like the height of the Iraq War, people were like, hey, did you write this about George Bush? He's like, actually, no, this was, you know, during the Vietnam stuff where all this idea came from. So, which was really cool.
Oh, so I found the super chat. So the $2 super chat from Mr. Holbrook. This was the last super chat before Disney executed Order 66 on the stream. I bet that Reva lightsaber on the Hash Slab makes the goal. What do you think? After this episode, do you think the Hash Slab? I felt that it showed how bad that lightsaber design is.
I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like, if anything, I would rather wait for the Galaxy's Edge lightsaber to get that than to get the HasLab one, unless they're doing something kind of crazy with it that'd make it spin. I don't think it spins. Does it spin? I don't know.
I don't think it spins. No.
Yeah, I think it's only for people that collect the lightsabers. Like they have every single lightsaber, they're gonna, you know, collect it and mount it. But this is the only Inquisitor lightsaber that we have gotten so far. So if that's your thing, you won't get another one from Hasbro because they only release one.
Well, let me look at it right now. Let me see. So, well, we'll see in the next few hours, but they haven't even. This could be another on the hour. The last hour.
Yeah, 13th hour.
The 13th hour. Yeah.
Whatever the hell they call it.
1,037 backers.
Well, still 26 days.
Yeah. Because I think the what's that ship called? The Razor Crest. Was it the Razor Crest? No, it was the wasn't the Razor Crest. That was
the G.I. Joe one you're talking about?
No, which was there was one that nobody likes to talk about a lot. That was
the Razor Crest.
No, not Razor Crest, but the one that was at the last hour, the 13th hour. It was completed. Like it made its goal. Was it the sail barge?
Maybe the sail barge. If it's Star Wars, I only know it's like of the because I don't follow Hasbro Pulse that closely. It only caught up because of you guys. Was more. I think it's just the barge and the Razor Crest were the Star Wars one. I don't think there's another third one that they came out with. I mean, the Rancor was the third Star Wars one, but other than that, I don't remember what it was.
So honestly, like lights, I could literally spend a lightsaber for $150 right now with the way I want it to be made. Maybe extra, maybe 300 for double bladed, but $500-$600 for a double bladed lightsaber from a character I'm not really enjoying, even though I'm liking the performance. But this episode really brought me over to Reva because I was like, so I see what happened here. Yeah. Vader and Grand Inquisitor played her all along. You trying to play us, you're trying to play us, Reva? We play you back.
It's like I knew who you were, Padawan. Freaking joke.
Yo, come on, youngling. Come on. I knew you. You thought that you could just be one of us and try to betray me? Are you out of your damn mind? Damn. They left her. Yeah, that pissed me off because Vader, he wouldn't pull half measures like that. Once you're dead to him, you are dead. Like he's gonna have you crushed up, neck cut, throat, everything, just to make sure you don't come back.
I think. All right, so I'm filling in the gaps to the writers. I think he wanted to do that as he wanted to leave her like that as a torture device because it was the same way he left her as a youngling. So like it could be like one of those like psychological things where it's like I won't kill you outright. I'm gonna let you bleed out just like I did before. Just knowing that you're a fail. It's like you're still a child. Just like you're no match. Even if you do survive, you'll be you can't even touch me with your lightsaber.
Here's the thing though, Vader hates Jedi's with a passion. I mean, like he's pretty much the one that ended the Jedi Order. He's the one that turned the Jedi's into an extinct race at this point. Yeah. It was his doing. It wasn't Palpatine. Palpatine just let his dog go, like unleashed his dog, and his dog just went rampant. Rabid.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you did all that? Oh, all right, cool. Cool.
All right, that's cool, fam. Like kill the Jedi's, yeah, but damn, bro.
It's like, come on.
Well, yeah, so
it's like, relax, tranquilo.
Wusa. Not a real talk. Palpatine hated Jedi too. So, but Vader, man, he made that a freaking passion. So a youngling surviving Order 66 that was not chosen to become a proper Inquisitor. You mean to tell me that you're gonna let her live so you can have a redemption arc and then come back as a Jedi to try and kill you again? No, that's stupid. That was stupid.
It was freaking dumb. I mean, we'll always see like something. I mean, we said like the writers have been always an issue on this series. Like it gives us little inklings of like greatness, but what we keep seeing, especially like even like last episode 4, was probably like the weakest out of all of them. Oh god, that was still bad.
It was stupid, man. Especially episode 4. Episode 4 was stupid. Episode 4 should have been just a Rocky montage to bring back Kenobi spirits again, because that means that they're gonna rush Kenobi spirits in episode 6, rush that in order to get him to full form to take on Vader. You think Kenobi can take on Vader now? No, he's running away from stormtroopers.
Yeah,
like that should have been like, oh man, you guys all huddled up together. Oh, that's playtime for me. This is like easy cake for me when I took on the damn separatists and their battle droids. This is easy pickings for me. But nah,
bro, he raided the Jedi Temple with Yoda, remember, and Revenge of the Sith, and just took all of them out. Like he just had a lightsaber and just like, we're just taking everybody that was stationed in that Jedi Temple. He took out.
Yep,
everyone. There was and you saw from the flashback how many there were. There was a ton of them there. So because it was made as a trap. That was a trap for Jedi to come to the Jedi Temple. So they took out a ton of them.
Yep.
Episode 4 should have been him connecting back with Qui-Gon Jinn. Like it should have been him out of the Bacta tank. Like it's like, all right, I understand the separation, like the connection of him in the Bacta tank with Vader and all this stuff. Great, have him connect back with Qui-Gon to understand what the Force is. Like that should be the first half of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That should have been it. Like, you know, the stuff with Leia, I don't know. I just don't care. Like, I don't really have any feelings for that. I felt like it should have been, she should have been rescued and got out. Like, which they should have done was like, they, at the end of episode 3, get Leia on the ship, right? The rescue ship, and she goes back off with Jimmy Schmitz or whatever, or with Organa. And then, and Kenobi's left behind to face Vader. That's what it should have been. It's like Vader, I'm here. I took the thing away and all that. That's how it should have been.
You guys would be excellent writers one day.
Maybe.
One day.
Yeah.
One day. That's where Mr. Heroes comes into play.
Yeah.
Mr. Heroes is more of a fun, passion project.
Hey, everyone gets their start somewhere.
Because, like I said, I'm still writing my book, and I'm here like to stream with you guys. So I'm like, I need to get back to my book.
Yeah.
I need to get back to my book. Because that reminds me, I'm like, I need to get back to my book. I'm becoming, you know what I'm becoming? I'm becoming freaking, what's his name?
George R. Martin?
No, worse.
Worse? Who's worse than him?
Brian from Family Guy.
Oh, yeah, guys, I'm really writing my book. Really? When has it been coming out?
You know, I'm becoming like Brian. At least George R. R. Martin put it out there.
Yeah.
At least he put it out there. I haven't put myself out there yet.
Hey man, you listen. You have examples of what to do and what not to do for if this show gives you any inclination of like how to write characters.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the good thing is I'm still adding more to the lore with my story, so that's a good thing. Like it's not complete, but at least the lore bits that I have all interconnected for the story is still being built up. And that's, me taking some time with it. It's still good because I'm still adding more lore to it and making sure everything's connected. And that's what I liked about Game of Thrones, because not the show, but but the actual books, there are a lot of lore build up, and he did everything quite well with the connections and everything. So with the history and whatnot. So, but the thing is, if I don't spend as much overtime as I do, then, I have an off day where I'm like, okay, just sit down and write my book, spend 10 or 20 minutes, just 10 or 20 minutes. I used to spend like hours. Like it took me like freaking, for 15 chapters of my book, it took me literally 4 months when I first started.
Wow.
When I first started, about 15 chapters, and I still got to do 15 more. Like I just need to sit down and just get my other 15 chapters completed. And
dude, that's impressive, honestly. A lot of people can't even do one chapter in 4 months.
Yeah,
so
man,
that's awesome.
So I need to go back and just continue from where I left off. But the good thing is I have everything set up. I just need to, everything is in my mind. Everything's all in notes. I just got to take all those notes and just put it in the freaking next few chapters and call it a day. Oh, super chat from Demon343. Who would have thought we have a better episode by having focus on Kenobi and Vader instead? Sarcasm. Should have had this stuff from the very start. Real talk. Honestly,
absolutely.
Like I've explained it, I don't mind Reva. I don't mind her. Just that her story, her arcs should not have been in the Kenobi and Vader show. It would have worked if we had more episodes. I mean, if this was like a 15 episode arc, then you could have thrown in the bits and pieces from Reva's story as well. But this was supposed to be a Kenobi and Vader, you know what I loved about this episode is the connection between both Kenobi and Vader as they were remembering the flashbacks, remembering their memories of once they were brothers and now they're fighting against one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really loved it. I want to see more of that turmoil between both of these characters of what they've become. From being masters apprentices, pretty much being brothers, and now being sworn enemies.
Yeah, from being his Padawan to being his arch rival. It's a great dynamic. It's a duality. It's the yin and yang. Like it's what you want to see. you're right. It should have been from the start of these two characters of who, like, you know, when we first heard they're doing a Kenobi series, it's like obviously it's going to be about the fallout, how he felt about what happened to Anakin in the Vader situation. But we're just getting pieces of it, which is terrible. So when we get a piece, it feels like it feels euphoric at a moment, like when we get those moments, because we didn't get any of it at all. So. I don't know if it's like nostalgia bait or if it's more of just a something that we were longing to see from these two characters that have been fleshed out.
So another thing was brought up. Sean Donnelly brought up that, you know, the final straw that broke the camel's back for Anakin turning to the dark side was Mace Windu's attempt to kill Palpatine, right? Yeah. And at that point, it was a culmination of a lot of things happening. One, Anakin was thirsty to save his wife. Okay, that the thirst to find out the secrets of saving his wife, because all he was getting was these nightmares of his wife dying, and like, this is the only person in his life other than Kenobi that loves him at this point, and everyone that he has loved has died, and he's doing everything in his power, even desperately trying to even join the dark side in a way, learning, not even joining the dark side, but learning what the dark side has to offer in order to save his wife, right? And then the whole idea that none of the Jedi Masters trusted him, none of the Jedi trusted us, other than, you know, probably Yoda in a bit here. Like, he was more, what's the word for? Believing that, you know, he was the one. And then Kenobi, you know, being brothers and all, being believing that because he trained him, he believing that he is the chosen one and all that. There was a lot of, like, the issue that Anakin, whatever he tried to do was right, or tried to do what he felt was the best decisions to be made at the time, he was always being told, no, that's wrong. No, that's you gotta follow the rules within the Jedi Order. You cannot love. You can't do this. But then seeing Mace Windu pulling those moves in front of him, like, so you're not following your own damn rules. You're not even following your damn rules at this point. Why should I follow you at this point? You know, you're breaking the rules. You're trying to kill Palpatine, not even bringing the trial. You know?
Yeah. Exactly. That was the whole thing. It's like, that's how, like, flawed the Jedi Council was that they didn't even follow their own rules to it. And so why should Anakin? It's like, you know, you're telling me that I'm not. It's like, maybe the reason you didn't put me on is because you were scared of me, or you. But I am right. I'm right in my own ways. I shouldn't follow you. I should follow someone that, you know, will help me instead of shun me from using my powers. So yeah, no, you're completely right, man. You're absolutely right.
There was a culmination of a lot of things, but also Anakin was in the wrong as well, because he's the one that killed Dooku before sending him to trial. So you're being a hypocrite, Anakin. But you're being a hypocrite at this point, Anakin. But at least Mace Windu, he knew what he was doing. He had to bend the rule a bit to save the galaxy. But Anakin was like, "Nah, fam, ching."
Yeah, it's like, why would you listen to the senator? He's not even on the Jedi Council. You're like, do it. No, all right. I don't know. I guess
not. So another super chat from Devin343. She survived that. Qui-Gon is rolling in his grave. The Reva stabbed twice.
Yeah.
Stabbed her twice. Probably in the same spot too.
Yeah. It's like, I remember where I stabbed you. Damn. Got him.
Damn. Nah, that was a bit ridiculous. At this point, I feel the reason why they did that to do a redemption arc. That's pretty much the reason why. Why would you keep her alive this long? Like, she literally tried to kill you, Vader. She literally tried to kill you, and now you're still letting her live, and you don't think she's going to... If she survived, you literally stabbed her! You literally stabbed her in Order 66. And she's still... Apparently, she's able to survive these stab wounds. You gotta, like, finish her off, bro.
But what's the point of keeping her alive? Her whole arc is done. Her whole, like, from what we learned is that the whole point she was doing any of this was to try to kill Vader. That was the whole point. The only reason she was obsessed with Obi-Wan because she knew that was what will get Vader out and in front of him. That was the only idea. It's like, I'm using Obi-Wan as an ends to mean because I know he's obsessed with him. And everything else is like that will be my shot to kill him. And that's it. There's nothing else there. She had her shot. She missed.
Mm-hmm.
Was she going to keep trying again? It just feels cheap. Like, she clearly is not matched for him.
Yep.
Like, what is she going to get trained by Obi-Wan? Is that the new thing? Please don't tell me what season 2 is that Obi-Wan trains her to become a better Jedi to take on Vader.
The new
Please don't.
Yep.
Don't do this, man. That's just, it's like you had her character, let her be. She's done. She is what she was. Like, doesn't matter. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, the Tala death, too. I don't know. It wasn't really impactful, honestly. I felt like I only known her for like an episode.
No, Sean Donnelly, no. Vader kept her alive for the very purpose of bringing out Kenobi. He explained it right before her eyes as she was laying dying in front of him, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, okay. Even Grand Inquisitor was in on it too. Like, yeah, who you think you are? But at this point, Vader explains it. You have no use for me anymore. Once Vader says that, you are dead to him. Like, you're like, at this point, he's just get another Grand Inquisitor, like he just did. There's no use for you anymore. So at that point, she just should have been gone, dead, finito.
Yeah, should have killed him.
See, there was another comment here. So did you like the whole Tala and droid death thing? So
I mean, she had a grenade the whole time. It felt like she could have used it a lot earlier and probably saved herself.
I was thinking about that too. I was like, wait a minute. So, the troops are all ganged up together, right? You could just slip that through between Kenobi's legs, or hell, give Kenobi the bomb. Like, yo, Kenobi, I got something for you. Here's a thermal detonator, my guy. Use it as you please. I got you, fam. Don't worry. I got this. The moment she opens those doors, thermal detonator. And then have Kenobi close the doors again.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know what would have made more sense? If the droid had a self-destruct button in it? Because then it would have made like, oh yeah, the droid's going to die and she's going to die. Why don't she just activate it as a last-ditch effort instead of holding on to a weapon of a grenade? Like, that would make more sense because it's like, hey, this is the last sacrifice we can provide to each other.
Yeah.
To end this. But no, let's just hold on to this one like suicide grenade. It's very bad taste that the brown person suicide bombs herself. I don't know. Like, come on. Disney, bad on you. Freaking jerks.
But to finish things off, let's talk about the Cos babies that Hot Toys tease. So I'm excited because you know who's coming.
Ooh,
Red Lens Vader.
Yes.
Once he's coming now.
Yeah,
y'all know he's coming.
I can't wait. I definitely am buying this. I missed the Rogue One, so and I'm sure a lot more people are gonna. This thing is just gonna be the top seller. He's gonna. I wonder how they're probably gonna order like 20 million copies of this guy.
Oh, that's right, Doc. Okay, let me bring in Doc real quick because Doc, he wants a new stream link.
Oh, right.
Because remember, I got rid of the old one because
of course
they copyrighted that stream. So let me see. Copyright, copy the new stream link, and then send the Doc here because we had to end that one. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Vader, Red Lens, Rogue One, Darth Vader. You know that's coming now. If they give us the Red Lens here, you know he's coming.
I do love. I hope potentially all Hot Toys that are coming from the show because there's a ton of good ones.
Yep.
I'll take every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
All the Inquisitors, all the Vaders, all the Troopers, all the droids, just everything.
Who's sending me messages here?
Hello.
We don't talk about that. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah. Let's sideways back to Red Lens.
Hey, yo, Donnie, you didn't see that. Y'all didn't see that.
That's not me that you have to worry about. That saw it.
This is all too self-ass. Okay, you won't see anything.
Yeah, no, I would buy. Brandon's asking, would I buy Reva? Yeah, I would buy it.
Oh, that's the old one. I gotta re-download it. My bad. Invite guests. There you go. Let's see. Is this the? That's weird. It's not letting me.
Let me see if I can do it.
Maybe it still has the old one. Ah, that's fine. Okay, I got it. My bad.
Oh, is it your copy link is still just on the old copy?
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
Hey, Doc. This is the new one.
Your other. Let me see what you said, Braden. No, stop. I'm not. I don't want that to happen. Don't want Reva. Hey! Look at this professional-looking gentleman here.
Stop it! I'm at the office today.
Oh,
or no, not air quotes. I am at the office.
Bring one of your coworkers in. Yeah, hey, come in. You want to check it out?
Hey, Doc. How was the force slap worked out for Tala this time?
Oh, I was like, oh, she did it again.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, Pip hand is strong in this one.
Yeah.
Cha-cha-cha.
Yeah. The directors heard us and they were like, let's re-edit that slap back into this episode. And so they gave us another one. For Tala.
About it.
For Tala. Oh man, that was funny. So how you been, Doc? I'm guessing you enjoyed the episode as much as we did.
Yeah, it's great to hear everyone back on Kenobi's side again. I was worried there for a minute that we were gonna like go down this path of darkness again.
Maybe in the next episode, maybe, but we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that, because they're talking about putting this in theaters. I'm here like that final fight scene must be epic to be put this up in theaters, because I'm like, I don't need to watch this again in theaters if that fight scene ain't that freaking crisp.
This next episode better be like an hour, like at least an hour.
Yep.
Yeah, you know why? Yeah, you're right, man. I don't understand why they're not expanding the episodes as long as they need to be. Doesn't it feel like they're kind of cutting it shorter? They're like it has to be like a 30-minute or under 30-minute like episode, like an actual TV show.
Yeah, I don't know what their logic is, unless like we have heard, Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi were originally movie scripts that they then chopped up into a series. And so there's probably some episodes that just don't have enough story to go more than 40 minutes, because otherwise they'll start bleeding into their actual story, which, this episode was a huge departure from the previous one. It was, much better. Still had some little plot holes, but overall it was an amazing Star Wars experience.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed this a lot better than the previous episode. I actually enjoyed this a lot more than episode 3. So and I put this up right now: episode 1, episode 2, and then episode 5. Everything else has been downhill. But yeah, those are my top 3 right now out of these 6 episodes. We'll see what happens in the final 6. The final 6 episodes. See how well they clean things up with this one. I'm just hoping that final fight scene is pretty cool, because Vader, he just showed like he was ripping apart a freaking transport ship. Like, you come back now. Come back now.
Yeah. Dude, I got super Star Killer vibes from that when he was when he was doing that. I was like, this is sick. And I was like, oh no, he caught them. Like, what's gonna happen now? And then I was like, oh, of course, it is a decoy.
Yep.
I am very upset though that Darth Vader and the Grand Inquisitor both took a half measure and decided to leave Reva alive. I don't understand why that was done, unless there's some story that is about to happen between Reva and the rest of the Star Wars universe. But I'm very scared what that means, leaving her alive. So we'll find out.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. There's only one episode left. Like, obviously, they had everything about Reva planned out before, because he knew immediately she was a youngling. Darth Vader did. So we have to see what episode 6 actually does, because we were all asking, like, hey, what happened to the Grand Inquisitor Humpty Dumpty? Like, did he survive? And then he showed up. He was just back. Yeah, he was just chilling in the shadows.
You think he would get his vengeance and he would end her right then and there?
Exactly.
Like, if not Vader.
That's what I was thinking. I thought that Vader didn't kill her on the spot, so Gran can come in like, "Hey, bro, thanks for letting her live because I'm gonna end her now." Okay, like you walked up, grabbed the pendant, like the Grand Inquisitor in mine now. Then, ching!
Yeah, he kind of gave like a mean girl speech to her. So,
but I do feel like her arc has kind of been predictable from the start of the show. Like, I always felt like she was on the wrong side of the coin, really. Like, she was just doing this inquisiting nonsense as a means to an end for her own personal goals. But it definitely seems like they're building her up to be maybe her own featured character going forward. Like, if they didn't kill her in this episode and they don't do in the next episode, it leads a lot to figure out, because there's so much that happens in between this and A New Hope still. Like, you know, what happened to all the Inquisitors and everything, and you know, and then where was she during the A New Hope trilogy and so on and so forth. So a lot of questions that this brings up.
So let me see what else. Did you like how Vader was just showing Reva that you're not on my level? You can pick up generators all you want and sling them to a fighter. I can literally catch a freaking transport ship and hold it down, bring it down, tear it apart, and then play smooth criminal with you as I'm like freaking moon dancing around of you. Okay, so I'm just saying, do not try me. And she did. Like, if I was Reva and I just see freaking Vader grabbing a damn ship and just tear it apart in front of my eyes, I would not have tried that. I wouldn't even try against him. You must be so angry so like filled with anger to the point where I get it, your family died because of freaking Vader, but at this point I'm like, you gotta have some logic. Well, Darkseid don't play with logic as much anymore.
My concern though is what they did at the end of the episode was giving her that little nugget of information from Bail Organa. I don't know what that's going to lead into, and I am concerned that it may turn out that maybe I've seen some people comment that maybe, you know, it's Reva who looks after Luke on Tatooine until Obi Wan Kenobi, you know, finishes running away from the Inquisitors, which would be, I think, a disaster to Star Wars if that is the case. But we'll see. I'm not going to speculate anything until the final episode, or I'm not going to continue. I'm going to continue to reserve judgment until that final episode.
Nope. I get that. Let me see. Did you like the flashbacks? I know you did. I know you were.
I did. It was not the flashback that I wanted, but I know. I got a tear in my eye. I was like, "Oh, yeah, this is them back together in the happy days." I would have liked it more if we saw, a Clone Wars mission like that. That's what I'm looking for.
That would have been better. I would have preferred a Clone Wars mission. I agree.
I do like how they did the flashback though, and how they cut it through the episode, and you can kind of see how the flashback was paralleling to the story that was happening in present. Because you can kind of see the, what am I trying to say? But like the mental military tactics like going on like between Vader and Anakin, and Obi-Wan understanding how Anakin's gonna fight. And so I do like that connection that they're bridging.
Yep. No, I did like the one thing that I really loved about this episode, even though I have some gripes with it, was the turmoil between Darth Vader and Kenobi, and I want to see more of that. That's what we were asking for throughout this show, and I felt that we were lacking that. Like, there was a lot of lack because we were telling other stories, other side quests that were being told. I mean, that's why I felt that the whole Reva being part of this and Leia being part of this should have been cut sooner, or not as pronounced, or not.
Or give us more episodes, like 8,
exactly.
10,
give us more episodes. Yeah.
I think this show would have had like the perfect balance if there was just maybe a couple more episodes to focus on these new characters they brought in. I like what they've done with Leia so far, and the Leia story and everything. Granted, I was not expecting it to be the whole series, but I do like that what they've done here with the character, because I do see Princess Leia in her. Like it's
I
very
do.
much yeah, she's very much a good child actor.
Yeah, she has quite a career if she continues, because I could see her being coming back as Leia for future episodes if they ever wanted to, you know. I actually would like to see more of her, you know, throughout the Star Wars universe if they ever want to bring her back. But I felt that this being a Kenobi and Vader show / Anakin show, we were going to get not a lot of flashbacks, but enough to where they show that there's this turmoil between these both characters as they're building up through the story of the Kenobi show.
Yeah,
and
I thought for sure we would get like more of those flashbacks bridging the time between the prequels and where we are now. And yeah, so that's been a disappointment. We're not getting any of that extra connective tissue, if you will.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let me see what else went through this episode that was there any other issues you had, or you have any of your favorite moments?
They gave Obi-Wan an awesome hallway scene. Everyone I know last week was like, where was his hallway scene? Where, you know, he got his hallway scene in this episode. So yeah, I think that whole like escape moment gave me a lot of kind of Empire Strikes Back vibes, but not as high stakes, because I know some people have already mentioned like, where were all the TIE fighters in the sky? Like, how did the transport ship just get out of there? And you know, so yeah, there's like little nitpicky things that, you know, I could poke holes in, but for the most part, this was the best episode of Kenobi yet.
Yeah, I feel like it's right there between episode 1, 2, and 3 for me. Like, I could rearrange certain parts because I feel that I'm more into this episode because of Vader just showing his prowess, and I thought that was really, really cool.
I wish we knew more about what the Grand Inquisitor was doing behind the scenes, though. Like, I want to know, like, what are the clues? This was all a setup, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, you know.
It's hard to say because we haven't seen the full picture yet. We haven't seen episode 6 yet. Now, there was a good question that was brought up. Do you think this should have been a more of a binge watch than episode by episode thing? Like, they should have just dropped all the episodes for Kenobi?
For a 6-episode miniseries, I do think it probably would have been best to do it all at once as opposed to week to week. I think it was a good start by doing the first 2 episodes together, you know, but they want to keep that subscription model going, so they're not going to give you the whole cake up front.
I get it.
Yeah, but I do think that this show is better served as watching it from a point A to point B all in one sitting. Or in like a episode 1 through 3 and then 4 through 6 type of situation.
Yeah, I agree.
But the episodes are fast, so I mean, you should be able to watch them all like in a single day. It would be like, oh, only 2 hours went by.
But let me see. You know, another nitpick I have. So I get that Bail, he was worried and all that. He sent a message out. Kenobi told him, do not send me messages. I'm on this mission. I'm going incognito. I'm going freaking off the grid. Do not send me messages. And Bail's like, yep, I'm going to send you a message. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to tell you my whole master plan. I'm here like, Bail, you didn't, at this point, you don't even need permission from or let Kenobi know what you're going to do, because you literally went to Tatooine, get his ass out of Tatooine without his permission.
My problem with that whole message is, why isn't, you know, Bail Organa is a smart man. He's a wise man.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have not heard from Kenobi, I wouldn't leave a message for Kenobi. You don't know if he's been imprisoned or been captured or killed, or you don't know who the message is going to be received by. You know, so I just think that was a little oversight, but we'll see what they do in episode 6 to connect all that.
Yeah, I did not. Damn, I did not like that because it showed how stupid Bail is. I'm like, no, Bail's smarter than this. Bail's smarter than this. And then again, I'm like, Kenobi, if this message, of course, this message was so important, why couldn't you delete it? You didn't need this message inside this damn communicator anymore. Erase it. There has to be some sort of storage system in there because it stored the damn message for you. Like, hell, you can go and wipe the memory off freaking C-3PO But you can't rewrite the memory off a freaking communicator. That's
well, and that communicator was like crushed to bits too. Like I thought for sure that it was not going to work, and of course, there's a little hologram pops up, and he's spilling the beans. I want to know what she does with that information now, because what I think is happening here is they're using some of that storyline that George Lucas wanted to use for Maul, where Maul was closing in on Luke's identity and whereabouts. I think that was in a comic run or something, or maybe that was the idea that he wanted to go with. Yeah,
it happened in Rebels.
So I do think they're using bits and pieces to kind of, move along with some of those story elements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, it was only little story bits that I didn't like, but overall, I thought it was a fun episode. There's a lot of potential for hot toys, like some of the stormtroopers in there. There was a return of New Hope. There was New Hope stormtroopers that were in it, and New Hopes. I like the design of the new stormtroopers, or the New Hope stormtroopers. They were pretty cool. I would like them to re-release some stormtroopers out of it. Maybe get
we're gonna get so many troopers out of the show. I guarantee it. It's gonna be like Boba Fett's giving us like all droids and stuff, and we're gonna get all troopers from this show.
So what is your big number here for the troopers? Like, not even troopers. Like, how many figures you think you're gonna get from this show? Like, bare minimum.
Well, so if they do the OT troopers, I'll pick up another two troopers, a purge trooper, and I'm hoping they make the Grand Inquisitor. Like that's who I really would like to figure. And then another Darth Vader, of course. So I'd probably pick up 4 or 5 different figures just from the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I loved the, like, now I want the Grand Inquisitor now, because he came in with the burns. I'm like, that's all you need now. That's all you need for me. Like, you got me now. He came in with the nice burns against Reva after he burned her, after she burned him, and I'm like, bruh, damn, that was really cool.
Yeah, I still can't get over that. Like, I don't understand why they left her there. Like that's a plot hole to me right now. Until they can tie that up, that's a plot hole, because Vader does show no remorse. Like, how many admirals did he go through in Empire Strikes Back? Like,
exactly.
I don't know.
I mean, Vader would literally kill the like, I made this joke in the last stream a few minutes ago, 2 hours ago, like the morning, the part 1 of the stream. I made a joke that Vader would literally kill his coffee guy for ruining his mocha. And
here's where my imagination could fill this in. This is the last thing I'll say, because I'm gonna have to run back to work now. Yeah. Maybe what it is he became more ruthless as time went on with his, people that he had under his command. Maybe he realized being so soft with Reva is the reason why he started choking out all of his different, people that worked under him. Who's to say? But I do find it interesting that he's not as ruthless in this show as we thought he might be. I mean, he walks out in that one village, and it's just like and choking people out. And then when it comes to Reva, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You failed me. You tried to kill me. I'm just gonna leave you here with a stab wound in your shoulder." Like, that just doesn't make sense to me.
I got you.
Bob Dylan's just now catching on.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So
I'm at the office today.
So last question. Do you think, okay, I know you got to go. Last question. Yeah. Do you think they'll drop the 501st?
If they do, I do hope it's a battle damage version. I think some people mentioned, or a super clean, shiny version.
They look super clean though. Yeah.
Yeah, like, because I do see like these, they have like more of a gloss on the armor versus the ones that have come out so far where they're more matte finish. So yeah, I think they can just print those out any day of the week.
Yep. Yo, Kinky saying Doc Smith is looking like daddy right now. Watch out. Yo, daddy chill.
Yeah. And on that note, I gotta go. I gotta get ready to punch back in and finish this day off.
All right. So Doc, thank you for you coming in and sharing your thoughts. Like I said, we have another stream going on at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm probably going to end the stream in a few minutes, but if you want to,
I should be home for the night too.
Yeah. All right, Doc. Catch you later.
All righty, later, everyone.
Let me see. Deluxe diorama base was slaughtered young. Wow. Wow. I now I know why Disney cut us off on the last stream because of that damn comment right there. Now I know why. Bale, let me see, Bob Dylan, that'd be sick. Nate, where did you get that shirt? This one, I think this was a Hot Topic. Right there. Let me pull it up right here. So there you go. I think this was a Hot Topic. But this was years ago, though. This was years ago. I mean, this was like before the pandemic, 2019. Damn, that's a long time. Let me see. Order 6 limited edition. Maybe like they could throw us another damn 501st through the show. Like they could throw us the Purge Troopers. They could throw us the freaking cannon, the heavy cannon they were using to destroy the door. They could throw us the big Holler droid. They could throw us that. The Grand Inquisitor as well. Man, they could go at least maybe 6 figures. Like they got the Vader, they got the Kenobi. Actually, let me go over. Like I know I'm gonna end the stream in a few, but I want to just finish it up right here. Where is this photo? There we go. So we got the Vader with the red lenses. I wouldn't mind if they throw us the 2 broken Reva Inquisitor sabers with this. So let's say this is the 1/6 scale Vader for Kenobi. I wouldn't mind them giving us a scarred up Anakin Skywalker head sculpt to go with this. Maybe a Gantry Vader set for a deluxe piece. That'd be pretty cool. Red lens Rogue One Darth Vader. This is pretty much the Rogue One Darth Vader, the one I have right here. This is pretty much the Rogue One Darth Vader. I would, man, I can't wait to buy this. Also, collectors have a chance to pick up their own Rogue One Darth Vader. Kind of off topic, but did you know if Mark 50 or Neck would swap out on the Mark 85? You could give it a shot. I can't see why not. Just give it because I don't have the Mark 85, so I can't really do that test for you. If someone in the comment section of the chat have an idea about that, give us your thoughts on it. And then the New Hope Stormtroopers, Purge Troopers. There you go. The New Hope Purge Troopers, Obi-Wan, Grand Inquisitor, and Reva, and maybe Darkside Anakin. Yeah, either Darkside Anakin or regular Anakin. That'd be pretty cool too. Regular Lightside Anakin. Damn, there could be so much they could throw at us. Oh, look at that. I wouldn't mind 2 different looks. I want the Ben in his I want the Ewan McGregor in his Ben Kenobi look. That'd be great. That'd be a missed opportunity, especially for a figure. That'd be a missed opportunity visually and figure wise. Damn, this looks freaking I can't wait to these becoming 1/6 scale because I'm gonna have to pick up Kenobi as well. All the evolutions. I bet Grand Inquisitor and Vader have a secret handshake that ends in a friendly butt slap. The way he walked up, he was like, I'm back, player. Oh, damn. It would be cool to get the Palpatine or Anakin as a Order 666. Wow. That he messed up. I want Obi-Wan, 5th brother, Reva, Grand Inquisitor, Vader, flashback Obi and Anakin. So I don't think the 5th brother is happening, but Obi-Wan, yes. Reva, yes. Like, I want to recreate that moment where she has that fight between Vader, her and Vader. Yeah. Grand Inquisitor, of course. Like, I want my Grand Inquisitor to be with all the burns. Like, yeah, I'm going to burn you. All right. And not even with a lightsaber. I want to burn you with my freaking words, bro. My dialogue is about to burn your ass. Let me see. As many troopers as they can. So, New Hope troopers, the Purge troopers, the Backpack troopers. They look like sand troopers, or look like the troopers from Rogue One, the one with the backpack with the white pauldron. The patrol, the Jedi Patrol troopers. Commander Grieve, 5th brother for sure, please. I don't think they're gonna give us a 5th brother. He didn't do nothing. Well, we haven't seen the next episode yet, but we'll see. Hopefully, see the Emperor in the final episode. That'd be cool. Yeah, Emperor would be pretty cool. I think I tried that a while back and it did fit, but it was a little bit more snug and bowl connector. I think that was a tad too low, too high. It looked a little off, but did fit. So there's your answer with regarding the Mark 50 and Mark 85 neck swap. Yeah, the Mega E-Web cannon, that'd be freaking epic. I'm going to buy all the Reva figures and burn them in a bonfire alive on YouTube. So that's a bit harsh. Let's see. I agree. I think you're right. He won't happen, but I want the fit, brother. I know. But all right, guys. Hey, I'm gonna end the stream now because I need to set up for the stream for 6 p.m. Eastern and take a few hour nap because this went longer than it should because Disney was like, yeah, or execute Order 66 on the last stream, and I want to get V's thoughts, and then Doc came in, so I want to get his thoughts. So, in tonight's stream, we're gonna be talking about the Iron Man figures, the new ones. Talk about the potential Miles Morales release. That should be coming out maybe in the next few days. As far as like the final production photos, it's out now. So, and I guess that's it. Real talk though. I think that's all we need to talk about today. Hopefully, I hope you guys enjoyed our conversations. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, especially us talking about this episode. This episode was a lot of fun. For me, I had some gripes, but still, it was a lot better experience than we had with episode 4. I hated episode 4. That didn't need to happen. That was just a bad filler. But hey, they made up for episode 5. I'm just hoping that they end with a banger, especially with a real final fight between Kenobi and Vader. Bring it home. Like, you gotta sell me this ticket. You gotta sell me the experience. Why would I want to go and pay for pay for a movie experience ticket just to see the Kenobi show if I could just watch it at home? There has to be a moment in the finale that really pushes me to want to watch it. The only reason why I probably won't watch it, the only reason why I would watch it is if they give us like a cool little AMC popcorn bucket or something like that. But that's what it is. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. And remember, we're just simple collectors trying to make our way in this freaking galaxy. And may the weapons be with you always.